Hello, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Chris Ho, and welcome to my channel. I'm building a friendly space here on YouTube for English learners who need practical English for real life goals, whether it is IELTS success, career growth, migration, or confident everyday chats. If this lesson gives you even one useful tip, please tap like or subscribe. It keeps me, this small channel, moving forward and encourages me to make more tailored content for you. In my earlier video, I spoke about a Colombian nurse having passed his IELTS exam. Today, I'm going to speak about a Chinese IT professional settling into Australia tech scene. So this is a full Band-7 IELTS speaking example. After the dialogue, we'll unpack, we'll discuss 8 high-impact words like acquire, adaptability, collaboration. And then I'll show you 2 nice sentence patterns that you can make use in your answers to sound smoother. Once for future plans and every for daily habits. Master these details and you'll lift your English, I'm sure. And your confidence will reach a next level. So this is the situation. The topic is Chinese IT professional settling into life and work in Australia. So in the exam, IELTS exam, you could be asked this question. Why did you decide to move to Australia and what do you hope to achieve in the next couple of years? So the answer may be, I came here because of the technology industry or tech industry for short that is booming in Australia, and also the lifestyle here looks healthier than that in China where I was. I used to be in Shenzhen. In short, I'm really pushing myself to acquire a higher level of English proficiency. Not just reading, but also be able to joke with clients and be able to respond to feedback on the spot. Once that's achieved, I'm confident that I'll integrate more naturally into the teams, the local teams in my workplace, and maybe in the future even lead a small project, which is something I'd love to try within the next 2 years. Next question. What everyday things are you doing right now to adjust to an Australian workplace? Well, I've learned small habits that make a big difference. Each morning, I join the coffee run with my teammates, even if I only order tea. But I'm getting used to the Australian latte or the flat white. This activity will test my adaptability in real conversation with my colleagues, listen to new slang, understand the Australian Football League scores and rules. The weekend plans. On Saturdays, I also go to a volunteer club, and there I meet a diverse group of people, from students to retirees. And the relaxed collaboration there helps me exchange ideas without pressure of deadlines. Those 2 activities together have probably taught me more about the local culture here in Australia than anything else. Question. How does goal setting help you balance study, work, and daily life here? Hmm. Honestly, without goals, I'd get lost. There's so much happening at once. So I follow a simple strategy, but a strategic weekly plan. One language target, like finishing an episode of an Australian podcast, and noting new phrases, learning new words, and learning new sentence patterns. And of course, one career target, such as refining a demonstration that I can do, a project that I can do at work. And also, yes, hitting those little checkpoints, those little targets, those little goals gives me the confidence to see steady progress. Even on weeks when you think everything is not moving, like for example, with my English improvement skills, sometimes it doesn't look like I'm making any improvement, but that's okay. If you follow a good plan, a good strategy, you will get there. I will get there. Okay, so that's the question and answer that you might get at the exam. Let's go through some vocabulary so that you can understand what was said earlier and be also able to use these words. These are good words to learn, good words that you can use in your everyday conversation. So I've chosen 8 words for you, and then I'll give you some real life sentences, some examples that you can copy, that you can adapt, and try to use them, especially immediately after this lesson. Acquire. In the conversation, there was the sentence, I'm trying to acquire higher English. So, which means I'm trying to get or learn through effort. Not just easy, but through effort, through hard work. So, examples, for example, I want to acquire basic cooking skills so that I don't live on takeaway. Number 2, she acquired a bike. I mean, she bought a bike on Facebook Marketplace and now cycles to work. She acquired a bike. Proficiency. So, this is a reliable skill level. You want to achieve English proficiency. That means you want to get a good standard of English. For example, typing proficiency. So, your typing skills. Typing proficiency is handy when you fill online forms, when you're writing essays, when you're writing projects for work. Typing skills, typing higher skills, typing proficiency. You can have skills like playing the piano, for example. After only 3 lessons, he had enough piano proficiency to play Happy Birthday. That's quite amazing to achieve such proficiency. Integrate. Very important. When you migrate to a new country, when you start work in a new place. So this means to fit in smoothly with others. So in the question and answer, the answer said, I'll integrate more naturally into teams. Other examples of integration is joining a local club helped me integrate into the neighborhood. So this local club is in and around where you live, and by joining it, it helps you to mix with people that are having the same interests, the sports, and also people that live around the area, which is your neighborhood. Second example, the kids, the children integrate faster at school when they join group projects. When they participate in sports, kids integrate faster. Same with adults, I guess. We integrate faster if we participate in different activities with people around. Number four, adaptability, the ability to adjust when things change. In the answer above, the interviewee said, tests my adaptability in real life conversation. Shift workers need adaptability because of rosters change every week. So shift workers, people that work morning shift, afternoon shift, night shift, and these shifts are changing all the time. So every week they might do a different shift, different time of the day. So they need to be adaptable. So the noun for adaptable is adaptability. We all need adaptability to live in this fast paced world. Diverse, varied, of different kinds. So the group is incredibly diverse. Diversity can be in any aspect. The group is incredibly diverse. So the group may be diverse in age, diverse in ethnicity, people from different countries, diverse in their occupation. Some are teachers, some are IT workers, some are doctors, some are engineers. So that's diverse. You can say, I have a diverse range of hobbies. That means you have very many kinds of hobby. You play table tennis, you read, you run, you go to the gym, and other things. Yeah, you practice your language. Like for myself, yes, I practice up to 7 languages from different times at different times, not every day, all 7 languages, but different times. Collaboration. People that work together. We collaborate. We exchange ideas. We help each other. So, in a family collaboration, everyone joins in. This is a collaboration between the two countries. So the two countries, Australia and China, they are collaborating in this project. Another pastime, cooking. Cooking with friends can be a fun collaboration. So you're working together, you're chatting together, and you're laughing together. So it is a fun collaboration. Strategic. Plan carefully for a long-term benefit. Strategic. Buying groceries in bulk is a strategic way to save money. The noun is strategy. That's my strategy to buy groceries in bulk because I can save money. So it is a strategic way to save money. Another strategic move, another strategic plan is to go to work early before the peak hours start to avoid crowds, to avoid heavy traffic. That is my strategic work, to wake up early, to go to work early so that I can avoid heavy traffic during peak hours. Confidence. I'm sure you know this word, confidence, but try to speak it accurately and with rhythm, with word stress. Confidence. Confidence. Okay. I need confidence. Very common. Okay. A new haircut. My new haircut has given me confidence because it makes me look smarter. Example 2. So, practicing small talk, practicing short phrases, short English phrases every day has boosted, has increased her confidence in speaking and using English. So you should do that too. Practice in small bits, in small phrases every day, maybe just 5 minutes a day, and that will boost your confidence in speaking and using the language. Okay, those are 8 words that we have discussed and elaborated further, and now I've got a further tip for you. So we now look at the grammar and structure, but we won't go through the theory. We'll just go through examples. These are lively and useful patterns for you to use. Please use them. Don't just listen to them or read them, but make use of them. They're very useful, so don't worry. So the first one is once. A sentence starting with once. Why it's useful? Because it instantly shows you what's happening first, and then you can follow with what happens second. And it's very useful for building a more complex statement, complex sentence. Okay, once I finish my video recording, I will go home and rest. Okay, so once I'm finished here, I will go back home. So as you can see, I am in the park with trees around me, in the sun. The wind is not too bad. It's not too cold, although it's winter here. So once I'm finished here, I will go home and I will have a shower, have a bath, have a cup of coffee. Another example, once the rain stops, I'll take my dog for a walk. For example, today, once you've finished work, what do you do? Once I finished work, I will go out to have a drink with my friend. Once I finish work, I will rush home. Once I finish work, I will pick up my daughter from school. All right, it's your turn. Make a sentence with this. Once I learn, once I finish, once I have finished, once you have done something, what is it? What comes next for you? For example, once you have finished listening to this video, what are you going to do? Watch another one? Okay, good. Anyway, think about it and use it. It's very useful. The second pattern that we'll go through today is just a word starting with every. Every. So this is a time phrase. Every. So every Sunday, every time, every morning. So you can start your sentence with this and then continue with the statement showing your routine, because this is a routine, a discipline. It is something you do every time, every day, every Sunday, every week. For example, every Sunday I phone my parents, or every Saturday I play table tennis. Every day after work, I go to the gym to exercise. So there you are. It's very useful. So instead of starting, so you can have these two new methods of starting your sentences, making it more interesting, more varied, more diverse. There you are. So you don't always have to start with I. You can start with every. You can start with after. Keep it true to your own day, to your own life. Every morning, what do you do? I brush my teeth. I read the newspaper. Every morning, I have a cup of tea. I have a cup of coffee. So I want you to add these two patterns and use the 8 powerful words that we've discussed today so that you'll sound organized, natural, and be ready for a Band-7 higher level English proficiency. Practice aloud. Exercise your mouth, exercise your tongue and your muscles so that it become a reflex. And your confidence will rise very quickly. Your confidence. Okay, let's wrap up today. If today's lesson gave your English a little lift, I'd love your support. Please tap like, hit subscribe and leave a comment. Even a quick hello and tell me where you're from and what level of English you are at. And perhaps give me a topic request because this channel is still new, still growing. Every bit of feedback shapes the next video, and your suggestion could become an entire lesson for thousands of new learners. Sharing the video with a friend who is also preparing for IELTS or settling into life abroad helps this community to grow. The bigger our circle, the more resources I can create. Pronunciation drills, live question and answer sessions. Yeah, you name it. Thank you for spending your study time with me today. Keep practicing, stay curious. Remember that every new phrase you learn is a step closer to your goals. I'm cheering you on here, and I can't wait to see you in the next lesson.